Welcome back, everyone. I'm MTG Joe. Today we're going to be testing out another deck that I'm considering playing for the weekend's Win Anything event on Arena. Sorry, Win Everything, not Win Anything. So basically you get best of one, you play until you lose once. If you get 12 wins, you win every card in Standard. So we were playing a bunch of Oko Ramp the other day, testing the deck out. I'm currently, I think, 16-9 with it. So above average win rate, but kind of streaky and really dependent on draw go type. So this is another deck that has been going around on Arena. So this particular list is pretty much identical to that of which Ali Eldrazi played at the Fandom tournament or eSport, one of the web tournaments the other day. So this is a Jeskai Fires of Invention list. So basically it's played around the namesake card Fires of Invention. We played the Jun Fires deck the other day. You basically get to cast up to 2 spells per turn, no more than that, equal to the converted mana cost to the number of lands you have or less, and you can only play spells during your turn. This allows us to play multiple spells in Planeswalkers each turn. So the crux of the deck, we're playing this in best of one, but we do have a wish board thanks to Fae of Wishes. So Fae of Wishes allows you to search your sideboard for any card to bring it into play, and then you can bounce it back to your hand. We'll go through the sideboard, but we have a bunch of silver bullets. We also have Shimmer of Possibility to kind of dig us into the Fires of Invention. Prison Realm is catch-all removal, deals with Oko. Narset helps us dig for fires. Teferi tempos and slows them down. I'm liking this deck a little bit more than Oko, mainly because we have 6 sweepers in the main board and then access to another 2 in the sideboard. We have Drawn from Dreams to help us dig and get card advantage to keep playing out stuff when we have Fires of Invention. Then we close out the game with either Sarkhan to make all our Planeswalkers dragons, Ugin, or Chandra. So the main difference between my list and Ali's is I moved a Chandra main board. I put a Fires in the sideboard so it can be searched up with Fae of Wishes. Because these aren't really good to draw in multiples, you only ever want to see one. And then I cut one of the Fabled Passages in lieu of a second Castle Vantress. I found in a lot of games we didn't have a mana sink, so we weren't doing anything with our mana. Vantress can help us dig for what we need in the specific matchups. And now my favorite part of the deck is this sideboard. So basically, once you get Fires of Invention down, colors don't matter. So you can play whatever you want in the sideboard. So I have Dawn of Hope, which I added in as a mana sink. Can draw us cards, create tokens, win that way. Elder Spell versus any of the mirror matches or Planeswalker heavy decks. Ashiok is to deal with any sort of graveyard shenanigans. True Love's Kiss versus artifacts or enchantments. The Fires, which we can search up. Kaya's Wrath, which is another board wipe. Bolus, which can draw us cards, deal with any permanents, double up on our Planeswalkers' abilities. Command versus slower decks, or where we want to just steal their stuff. Ethereal Absolution is a way to slow down gates. Any smart sort of weenie deck. So like this turns on, so if we can get this in Sarkhan, then it kind of locks them out from attacking that way. Niv Mizzet, Perrin is any of the spell heavy decks. Casualty of Wars destroys everything. Realm Cloak is another board wipe. Agent of Treachery when we need to steal specific things. Plane-wide Celebration does a whole bunch. Tokens, gets stuffs back. Proliferates our Planeswalkers, gains us life. And then a Mass Manipulation when we want to steal a bunch of stuff. So this is, I'm 2-2 with the deck before making those sideboard changes. Want to test it out before putting it on stream. So we'll run it through some more ranked matches. We're just below Platinum, or no, Diamond, whatever's after Gold. We're like 3 or 4 wins away. So we'll play it, hopefully reach there tonight. And then just for some programming, I did do the deck unboxing for Throne of Eldraine. So if you are interested in seeing that, that's up on the YouTube channel. Not crazy about the quality, just how my setup was. It didn't work out as well as I intended, but cost quite a bit to get the box here in Canada, so I wanted to make sure we at least got that content out. This is tricky, because we have the Fires, but we also don't have land. So Narset can help us dig, and we have 3 of them, so I think we go like that. So it's up on the channel. We got some actually really good cards. Okay, so I'm going to go with Teferi here to set them back tempo-wise. Against ramp decks, you want to control their mana. And then Time Wipe is really good in this matchup. Cool. So, got some Outlaw Merriment, Ember Cleave. I got Cauldron. So they have Oko here.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
So I'm just gonna go Narset. We want to find a Fires. Which we do. So we can sweep up their board next turn and play Fires. Yeah, I got Foil Robber of Riches, which is pretty sweet. And then I got Great Henge, Brazen Borrow, Once Upon a Time. I got Alternate Art Fae of Wishes, which is really sweet. I invite you to change your ways. I got Lovestruck Beast Foil, Lovestruck Beast Alternate Art. I must train harder. And then the real gem in this whole pack that I'm really excited about, Fabled Passage Full Art. So that one is a really, really sweet one that I'm happy. Of course, we naturally draw into a second one, because why not?
Don't worry, I got this.
So here, they can Narset. Sorry, not Narset. They could, what's her name? Nisa. So we just take a turn, I think, and then we can dig here. I think we just Clarion this turn. If we have another land for Time Wipe, we can search with Fae. Worst case, we just Narset and dig. We have 2 Narsets to dig with. What I'm probably gonna do... Okay, I don't really care about that. They can make this into a token. Want to try to steal this with Agent? I might just get Elder Spell. Do this, get Elder Spell, kill Oko, but I kind of want to save that for... If we draw land, I could go Nico Bolas. It'll buy us a turn at least. Okay, we draw the land. Let's get them to commit a little bit more to the board. So let's Narset first. We have another Narset in hand, so I'm obviously not as worried. Hey Ricky Joes, it's going well. How about yourself? Testing out another deck for the weekend.
I train every day. No one can hone your prowess.
Cool. We'll take the Drawn from Dreams. I think we just do Drawn here. And then plus Ugin's actually very good here. And Prison Realm. I like both of those. Because this is the case, I still think we just plus Teferi. We just want to kind of make them commit more to the board to deal with these Planeswalkers. Ugin could kill Oko, or we could just Prison Realm and then create a token with Ugin.
Here we go.
I can also try to set up a turn where I can Elder Spell all my stuff with a Nico Bolas out and then ultimate it. Sounds sweet. I posted on Reddit about it, so there's some other feedback. A couple other people who had played the deck provided some feedback, and there's a few of the Bant lists going around. It might be worth checking out that. I wasn't 100% sold on the Okos in mine, so you might want to play around with that. So, interesting. They're splitting the difference here.
That didn't pan out.
Contain your rage.
which is not doesn't make the most sense against a deck that plays Sarkhan. Like if we draw Sarkhan, we're pretty far ahead. Probably just gonna go Time Wipe and Prison Realm. Yeah, that's definitely the plan. So cast the Prison Realm. Get rid of Oko.
Blind, remain blind.
I actually don't mind another Teferi. Wipe the board. Narset also shut off. Actually, we do have the Vantress. So we can scry every turn now. Yeah, like, Oko's very good. If you're going to play any sort of deck, it's going to use him. Then yeah, but I don't know if he really has a place in gates more than two of. So we'll scry here. Gonna probably get Ugin going. And probably go get Nico Bolas. Actually, I'm just gonna go get Nico Bolas and start doing that. There's not really much to command the Dread Horde. Can Ethereal Absolution. I can Realm Cloak. I'm actually gonna keep the Clarion. If they get small stuff out, it's good versus Nisa. So I like Nico Bolas on a clear board because they can start attacking their hand. What else do we have? We have Casualties, which doesn't really do much in this case. Oh, you only get non-creature spells. Okay, so we need to rebuild our sideboard. I thought I could get anything. Let's get Nico Bolas. So, it's important to read new cards. Anyone in chat crack any packs today? Booster boxes? Get anything good? I did a deck unboxing on my YouTube channel. It's up. Quality is a little iffy, just in terms of video, but there's some sweet pulls in there. I opened a collector booster as well. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So this might get a concession out of the opponent. We're going to make those switches to the sideboard as well. I'm wondering what other mana sinks we can go with.
Again.
So let's just Nico Bolas and then go from there. We technically should have scried first, but it's not the end of the day. End of the world. It is the end of the day here in Toronto. So we're in a pretty solid spot here. So we do need a way to win. So that's likely what I'm going to scry into. A Chandra would be good. This is kind of silly that you can't get any card. Thought it was basically Mastermind's acquisition. Just stapled onto a blue creature. So opponents roping us. That might have got disconnected or just annoyed with our deck. So let's just scry here. Don't want either of those. Okay, we got Teferi, so let's scry first. I'm looking for Chandra or Sarkhan here. Either of them wins the game for us. Even another Fae can get something out of our sideboard. Sweet John, I was actually meant to ask you if you got them in the mail. I don't know if you saw my note. I know you had asked if I could sign one, but I couldn't find a Sharpie at the time, and I was stuck with home with the flu, so I just wanted to get them out to you. Okay, so opponent roped out. Let's make those changes to the sideboard now that I've read the card properly. 2 wins away from leveling up. So we gotta get rid of Agent, Realm Cloak, Niv. What's situationally good that's got mana in it? Ajani could gain us life. The Planeswalker. Yeah, we're playing best of 1, but we have a wish board because of Fae. I might just do the Great Henge for life gain. Actually, Ajani's probably better if we want a life gain. Then do another Chandra on the side, since it's a board wipe. And then probably just Oko. I don't think there's anything else we really want. We have multiple board wipes. We have Waste Stealth enchantments. Like, I'm afraid of... Like, the life gain is probably what we need most. We can do, like, Nisa. We can do Oko. Probably just do Oko. When in doubt, Oko. It's the motto. Okay, so we'll run that back. So you can cast it either for its regular spell with your mana, or you can cast it for 0 and get nothing. So for X spells, we would just cast our normal, like our normal approach. So I'm going to keep this hand, Scry on 1, Shimmer on 2, hopefully find a Fires, and then we have Vantress to set up. What we don't have is any sort of like Planeswalker, so I'll keep a Narset or a Teferi. I had a very hard time against Flash with this deck. They just countered everything, because you're pretty much playing 1 threat a turn until you can get what's it called? Yeah, we have 1 Fires in the sideboard to search it up in case we don't draw it naturally with our deck, and it also reduces the chances you draw multiple in your hand. Okay, so this is likely a creature deck, so I actually feel fine having multiple board wipes here. I'm going to get the Teferi. It'll bounce their first threat, draw us a card. Sorry. My wife went out tonight to watch the Star Wars orchestra, and she left me candies. So, she's a good wife.
This isn't a fight you can win.
So we're just going to bounce this, try to find a Fires here. That's perfect. So I think here I'm okay to Prison Realm here, because it scries to set us up our next draw. We could always bounce it with Teferi. And I'd rather not give him the card draw here.
This might be a bad idea.
Get another mountain. Okay, so we can go Sarkhan here, which I like.
I've got time.
Kind of forces the issue. So if they have a removal, they gotta use a removal, and then it only kills one of them. But this buys us some time. I'm not sure how sensitive my mic is. Is it picking up my chewing? So they have double Murderous Rider, that's pretty gross. Okay, we don't. So this is actually pretty cool because we can plus Sarkhan. We can Clarion, gain a bunch of life, wipe their board. Just kill them like that. Not bad, not bad. I'll stop beating them then if you can hear them. Oh, no, don't roll out. Alright, let me update the list on that. Of course, I get the one daily that's just cast creature spells. So we are actually 4-2 with this. We won the other one. I would like to start doing this just to kind of get an idea. We technically played it, but they killed it immediately, so it doesn't really count, I guess. This is a keep. I feel like anything with Narset and Teferi early is something you want to keep. Here I gotta get a blue source, which isn't the best. Alela's the... what's it? The Esper one? I'm gonna be building her in Brawl when I can. I haven't cracked any of the ooh, Shimmer's good. I haven't crafted any of them yet from like the standalone products. I imagine this is a creature deck, so we probably want the board wipe. You can do stuff with like the Guild Globe, stuff like that. It could be a cool sideboard option for Esper Dance of the Mance. Just being able to create a bunch of tokens with it, like alternatively. That's actually very good. Draws us our land, sets them back an entire turn on Priest. So this is likely mono black aggro. So they spend the whole turn Murderous Ridering, which we are fine with. So the question here is set up the Scry or gain the life. I think we Narset, draw, and then set up the Scry so we can untap and go with Sarkhan.
Open mind.
Okay, well, only options Ugin. Probably don't want the second Sarkhan. We're a blue source off of the time wipe. There's a cool thing you could do too. When you animate Sarkhan, you could bounce it with the time wipe if your first dragon dies. Sweet.
I have just the trick for this.
I'm probably gonna take Chandra. Just closes out the game a lot faster. Go Fires. And then just go Sarkhan and minus it. So now they got to deal with quite a few threats. I can board wipe next turn too. This play lets them overcommit to the board. If we draw a land though, then I can just sweep everything up with Chandra. I'm probably going to time wipe. Okay, so we don't draw the land. So I do think we time wipe. If we drew the land, it'd be different. But this way, they can't make us sack anything.
They are coming.
Got him. I was going to just search for Nicol Bolas. My default play every single game is just search for Nicol Bolas. Sweet. Leveled up. I'm just going to reset Arena really quick because I'm getting a notice that frame rates are dropping. Give me 1 sec. So I cracked the box on my channel and some packs. So I got some pretty sweet ones. Got foil Robber of Riches, which was like a sweet one. I got Great Henge, Brazen Borrow, Once Upon a Time. I got alternate art Fae of Wishes. I got alternate art and pack foil Lovestruck Beast, which are really cool arts. And then the one that I was most excited with, full art Fabled Passage. So it's the one thing I wanted other than the full art Oko or Brazen Borrower from the packs. So let's run this back. 5 and 2 with the list. So we'll run it for probably 1 or 2 more. I think I'm going to play this deck in the event. Yeah, I was really happy with it. So this hand's a little slow, but we have fires. We still think we keep it. Fabled Passage will probably just keep going up in price. So this can be the Selesnya build of... Okay, so they haven't played anything else, which is encouraging. I'm probably just going to Prison Realm whatever they play this turn just to scry into land if we don't draw it. Or... Oh no, you don't actually cast that. Oh. Okay, so it's kind of like weak to do this, but we really want to hit a land. Let's just get rid of Hanged Executioner. I doubt they have any way to deal with this. Okay, perfect. So here I could Clarion if they play some more Dorks, which they do. So this looks like mono white flyers, perhaps. Still not bad. We can't deal with the Loxodon this turn, but we can deal with everything else on the board. And then I can just Sarkhan it, or I can draw from Dreams, find a land, and then time wipe, and then we pretty much catch up from there. So they're gonna... That seems very wrong. Like, extremely wrong. So I'm going to set up the Scry, and I want a Teferi. So I want Teferi. No, I probably want Narset. Don't want another Fires. Just sweep their board up. We're good there. And they concede. 6 and 2 with the list. Keep forgetting to update. So I'm deciding between this list and the Simic Ramp deck with Oko. I'm 16 and 9 with it. But I feel like this deck's got a lot more recovery out of it, and the fact that you can be playing best of one and have a sideboard that you can search for silver bullets is really effective. Yeah, I'll keep this. We don't have red mana, but double Teferi can deal with anything early and should draw us into another land. I also have Vantress and Interplanar Beacon. Okay. So against mono red, I'm not crazy about Teferi. Especially if it's Cavalcade red. Yeah. So the one thing is Teferi this turn. I'm getting some weird drop frame rates. Let me tweak it in a sec. Let me just play this turn out.
I can go longer. Stand by and watch.
So I'm doing the creature so they don't get the attack this turn. And then double Interplanar Beacon is actually really good in this matchup. Gains us a lot of incidental life. Why can't you have a red source? My heart. We just need that red source. So they're gonna be able to kill one of our creature or planeswalkers. Oh, that's awful.
I'll protect you.
Yeah, it might. I don't normally get frame rate drops. Oh, that's like, is that lethal? So that's 3. Okay, they're valuing our planeswalkers, which is good. If we draw any land, we could play Sarkhan, and they can't deal damage to us. They can attack, but they won't be able to. Oh, that's awful. Like, I'm not happy we're gonna lose because we didn't draw land.
Sorry I'm late. Might be a bad
Are you kidding me? Just give me a red source or any land for Sarkhan. Yeah, we lost this now.
Living in a monastery full of firebrands? Go get 'em, buddies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 12, 15. Too many. Literally any land, even that turn, because they would have only been able to attack for 5. 10 off the triggers, but then all their creatures die. Six and 3. We'll run it for one more. See, this is what I'm worried about in the event. Like, Cavalcade, they won that game, but we really lost it ourselves. We had, like, multiple answers in hand, especially the early Clarion. Yeah, we keep this. So we can't cast the Clarion, but we got the Teferi. We can get a bunch of life. This is going to scry us into a land, hopefully. Rakdos aggro. Perfect. Gets us the land we need. Don't want any more of those. So I'm just going to set up the Sacred Foundry here and go Beacon next turn. If they just commit with the Knight of Even Legion and pump, then I'm just going to play Teferi and bounce it. Sweet. That's actually the best. Really what you want to try to do in these games is get them to overcommit to the board so your board wipes become more effective.
Let's try this.
Oh, triple Beacon against an aggressive deck. So they Murderous Rider. Not too concerned with that. So the question here is we can set up actually, you know what? I'm just gonna guarantee go for the fires in our sideboard. Because then I can Clarion next turn. And they may not want to overcommit to the board, which is fine. So I'm going to go fires here. Don't want the land. I'm cool to 1-for-1 here. Next turn we can start gaining 3 life off each planeswalker we cast. Narset should help us dig, so we'll cast Narset first. They could go Smasher here. So this just looks like a Rakdos kind of mid-range aggro list. Roddy T. So I did this over the Vantress just so we can gain the life. Well, I guess Shimmer is our only choice. I'm gonna go Sarkhan here. It insulates our life. Next turn we can try to draw him for dreams into a board wipe. This will force a card out of their hand. This works very nice with the castle. They get rid of a spawn. So next turn I'll castle, scry to try to find something, and then drawn from dreams. I just want to guarantee we hit a board wipe next turn.
A dragon would rather die than lose.
Another rider. It's fine. Really, that Sarkhan there was to keep our life total high. It effectively gained us 10 life between the 3 it gained here and the 7 it blocked. Ugin's good. Okay, so let's castle. Oh, we don't have an island. That's very bad.
I have just the trick for this.
These shimmers really suck. We got... Oh, I can Fae for Kaya's Wrath. Oh no, wait, I can't this turn. So let's just get... Probably just double Fae. Cast Ugin. Make a 2/2. Them getting rid of a Rankle and Spawn of Mayhem is a pretty good value for us. Okay, so they're not even going after Ugin. Seems a little loose in my opinion. Please cast both. Please cast both. Okay. They weren't that greedy. Where are you? Kaya's Wrath. Please. Thank you. It's got to resolve. And then just make a token. We kill whatever that comes down next. We get a Chandra after this dies. We're in a really good spot here. They're just digging. Let's see if they shame concede. Let's just scry here. I could respect if they think they have an out, but they're like dead multiple ways. So here I'm actually just gonna do this to get Chandra, I think. Or no, you know what? We're gonna win like we win every game. Here's a Nico Bolas. Deal with it.
Spark will be mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could have cleared on Chandra, but I wanted to win with Nico. I don't think we were losing that game, and I wanted to cast Nico Bolas. I want to cast our Grixis Planeswalker as much as possible in our Jeskai deck. So not too bad. Finished 7-3, pretty above average record. 2 of those losses came before I tweaked the sideboard. The original sideboard was more geared for best of 3. Had like Mystic Disputes and a bunch of counters that you can't play. Overall, really like the deck. I am going to be playing this list come the weekend, and then I'll have that up. So we're going to wrap it up now. Appreciate everyone swinging by to tune in. If you missed any part of it, I will have it up on my YouTube channel. I also have the deck unboxing video up if you wanted to check that out. Let me know what you think. Quality's a little iffy. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the focus on the camera at 100% of the time. But hope it's not terrible. But let me know what you think. Appreciate everyone stopping by. Have a good night, day, depending on where you are in the region. And have a good one. Thanks.